And you beneath life's crushing load, whose forms are bending low, who toil along the climbing way with painful steps and slow. Look now for glad and golden hours come swiftly on the wing. Oh, rest beside the weary road and hear the angels sing. For lo, the days are hastening on by prophets long foretold, when with the ever-circling years comes around the age of gold, when peace shall over all the earth its ancient splendors fling, and the whole earth give back the song which now the angels sing.
Now, isn't that nice? That is a Christmas song celebrating who else? Jesus Christ. That is a Christmas or Christmas song. When did we start calling it Christmas instead of Christmas? Because it's two words put together, Christ and Mass. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that one by, it came up on a Midnight Clear by Wesley Putnam. Again, thanks to all of the contributors this year for graciously contributing all of their wonderful music. Next hour we do have another one, and by William Van Horn, a second one, another bubbly, lively Christmas melody that I think you're really going to like. I really like it, so I know if I really like it, you're going to really like it. This out of Texas. DailyMail.co.uk brings us this wonderful story. There's another clock kid. I kid you not. This kind of plays off of what happened the other day with the difference between this clock boy and the last clock boy, the first one, is that this one happens to be a Sikh. And it sort of plays off where this member of the military, a Sikh soldier, was suing to try to keep his beard. Because Sikhs don't shave. They have to continually wear that turban on their head. I don't think they really cut their hair. I don't think they cut their hair too often. On top of that, I got to be honest, I am not that familiar with the Sikh religion. It's one of those quiet religions because Sikhs are pretty quiet, usually pretty peaceful. They're kind of non-violent. Now, don't get me wrong. Sikhs obviously go into the military, and India has a very large contingent of Sikhs in the country, and a lot of them are in the Indian military. And I guess they get to keep their beards over there. I don't know, but we have certain rules and regulations as it pertains to the facial hair, and it's really all about. Well, you need to be able to create a seal when you put on face mask for biologics or chemical warfare, that type of thing. And it's important because your fellow soldier their life might be dependent on you. And if you cannot stand and perform your duty because you've been taken out due to a chemical or biological warfare, which you should have been able to be prepared for and prevent, well, that puts other people's lives at risk. So it's not about. There's a lot of when you are in the trenches. It's not about your individual rights. It's about the collective and the collective's ability to survive and to wage war and win the war to protect the greater good or the country, the populace. And if we start allowing all these separate rules into the military, well, it is going to make that military unit much less effective, much less lethal, and you're going to end up with more deaths. Now, is that what they really want? Is that what the left really wants? They want more people. Well, they must want more people to die, but even though they say they don't, they must. But here is another clock kid case coming out of Texas. Texas. What is? There are certain states that constantly get into this loop in the news. And they can't get themselves out of it for whatever reason. And now it just seems like Texas is constantly, California is always in the news for some of this stuff that goes on over there just because they're just, full of a bunch of leftist wackos. But Texas is not a leftist state yet. I mean, it's quickly turning purple, but it's not a leftist state. And they have some liberal enclaves. I think Austin is one of them. But generally speaking, Texas is still pretty conservative. But this liberalism nonsense is sort of creeping in everywhere. It's a mass. There's something in our water. Maybe those people who the conspiracy theorists that have the chemtrails and the airplanes, maybe they're onto something, because it just seems to me like things are just getting so wacky and out of hand lately. There's got to be some sort of chemically induced biological function that's affecting so many people. Because I cannot, for the life of me, figure this out on a normal basis, on a logical basis. There's got to be some sort of foreign. I can't figure out Paul Ryan and what he just did based on who Paul Ryan used to be. There's got to be some sort of foreign chemical agent or foreign alien doing all of this stuff. By the way, did you see? What's his name? Delagrassi, whatever, the scientist, the well-spoken black scientist guy, astrophysicist, I think. There's a meme out there, and he actually said it. I did a quick look. He said it. Basically, what he was saying is that if an alien from outer space were to come down here to the Earth, they'd wonder why, with all the starlight, infinite starlight power up there, why we're getting our energy from the sand. Yeah, that he said it. So now we have astrophysicists that are thinking that. Well, there's another report. This is not part of my paper pile, by the way, but I saw another report that that scientists believe that they have found a very close, stellar-wise, interstellar-wise, very close habitable planet. And if they confirm that it is habitable, then it means that aliens could be a lot closer than we originally thought. Just so you know. So yeah, War of the Worlds, that type of thing is about to happen if they can figure out or find out if this is a habitable planet. I'm sure we'll find out before 2016 fades into history. They'll let us know. I'm always interested in that kind of stuff too. I love space. I have this sort of, you can say it has to do with, well, I know Star Wars is out there. Got some news in the Star Wars thing too coming up. But the clock kid, let's not get too far off. The clock kid thing. A Texan Sikh boy, 12, is arrested for threatening to blow up his school, but he says what people thought was a bomb was just his backpack. Well, with all the hoaxes flying around and schools closing and having to deal with hoaxes, and the LA, shuttering nearly 700,000 students, People are taking this kind of stuff seriously, but Arman Singh, you know how you spell Singh in Indian is Singh, and his first name is Arman, Armaan. As a 12-year-old Sikh boy, he was arrested at Nicholas Junior High School in Arlington, Texas, back on December 11th. Now, I haven't heard anything about this. I haven't seen anything about this. Of course, I didn't do a Google search on it. Hey, I don't do a Google search every day. Like, hey, 12-year-old boy is being arrested for bomb threats. No, I don't do that. But it has to come across my news feed from a foreign news source. Daily Mail is a British news source. How is it that they have this story and they're spreading the news like Gabriel's horn when American news should be covering this story? Maybe because it doesn't fit a narrative for them. I don't know why, because it would seem to me that would be perfect. It seems to me like they would be, the news would be, the mainstream media would be all over this saying, see, Americans are so stupid. They hate Muslims so much that they think Sikhs are Muslims, and they hate the Sikhs now because they think they're Muslim, and they're not Muslim. They're nothing like Muslim. And see, all this racism is causing Sikh children to issue fake bomb threats. Well, maybe I should not have said that, because I'm sure some mainstream media personnel is listening to that, and the light bulb just went off in their head, and they went, ding. But another student accused Singh of having a bomb in his backpack, which features a charging pack for phones. So now a charging pack for phones can be construed as a detonation device. Hey, we're gonna need phone charger control. Gun control is not enough. We need phone charger control now. I'm telling you, because phone chargers can be dangerous. Singh spent 3 days in a juvenile center and was suspended from school following his arrest. If he's spending 3 days in juvenile detention, I guess he's not going to be able to go to school. Now, the boy maintains his innocence and says that there was no bomb in his backpack. His arrest comes 3 months after Ahmed Mohammed, 14, was arrested in neighboring Irving, Texas. So Arlington and Irving are having their bomb threat issues, I guess. I don't know. This just comes the same quarter, 3 months later, basically. 3 months preview. Well, yeah, it was September, October. September for Clock Boy. Arman Singh, a 12-year-old, he was arrested on December 11th, so that's about 3 months after the original Clock Boy. He says he's innocent and that other students joked that the phony battery charger inserted in his backpack looked like a bomb and alerted a teacher. So now his battery charger is being construed. Look, there are a couple of companies out there who are developing or have developed new luggage that have optional built-in chargers. How is a TSA going to handle that? I'm just wondering out loud. Look, they're suspending and charging and arresting a boy for evidently having a battery charger for his cell phone in his backpack, and we're starting to put these things in our luggage. And I'm sure they will start to appear built into backpack. Well, I don't really. Is this the type of situation and type of nation that we really want to have now? We're talking about a Sikh kid. Sikhs are not known for doing, at least in the Middle East and here, they're not known for violence and senseless violence and terrorism. He's a Sikh, not an Islam. There's no there's no similarity. Well, other than, it comes from basically the same region. But Well, yeah, I guess it is what it is, folks. This is how you fundamentally change a country. You get everybody up in arms and scared half to death, even over a phone battery charger.